Hey guys, we are back, and up to this point we have our subscriber backend form. What we want to do now is make sure that we can actually update these fields. So if we go to our class and go down to the update function, we are going to create an instance, and this is going to be an array. Okay, we're going to have a few values here. So this one is going to be the title. Okay, we're going to set that to if not empty, and then we can pass in our new instance, and this is going to be for the title. Okay, then we're going to call the strip tags method or function, and that's just going to sanitize the title instance. So let's grab this and put that right in there, and then we're going to say wait a minute, actually, you know what, no, that's right, yeah, that's right. Alright, so right here we'll say else, then it's going to be nothing. Alright, and we're going to copy that. Actually, this needs to be a comma, and we'll paste that in one more time. Okay, so this one here will be the recipient. And this one will be the subject. Alright. So the last thing we need to do in this function is just return the instance. Alright, so let's go ahead and save that and reload. Okay, so now if we change this, whoops, wrong one. Let's change the, actually let's add a recipient. We'll just say Brad at something.com, and we'll save it. Okay, so it looks like that was saved, and then the subject just cleared. So let me check that out real quick. Huh. The subject just changed to nothing. Let me see if it even saves. No, it doesn't. Okay, so did I mess something up here? Subject value is subject. That's fine. And then this one, new instance, subject. Oh, there's the issue. We got instance subscriber. That should be subject. You guys probably caught that a while ago. Yeah, so that should work now. So let's save that. Reload. Okay, now we have our test. So I think it was being saved, it just wasn't displaying here. Alright, so let's change this to new subscriber. Okay, so now everything's all set back here. So what we want to do now is display the form in the front end. Alright, and that's going to be in this widget method right here. Alright, so we'll just end the PHP. Go like that. Alright, we're going to have a div. Let's give it an ID of form. Actually, this right here is going to be a placeholder where we're going to have our messages. Alright, so when we submit the form, we want it to say form has been submitted. Alright, so this is just a placeholder for that, and we'll be using jQuery to fill that when we need a message displayed. All right, so next we'll have the actual form, and we'll give it an ID of subscriber form, and let's give it a method of post, and then action. We're actually going to be using Ajax to process this, or not to process, but to post it to our PHP script. So for action, we're going to say PHP, and then we want to echo the plugins URL. All right, and then let's just concatenate slash. Actually, you know what? We didn't create the file yet, so let's do that. If we go to includes, let's create a new file, and we're going to call it newsletter subscriber -mailer.php. All right. Now, even though we're using jQuery and Ajax to submit the form, I'm giving it an action because we're going to actually just point to this attribute value from within jQuery. All right. So let's say slash newsletter subscriber slash includes newsletter subscriber mailer.php. Okay, just let me check that out, make sure that's right. All right. So that's the form tag, the opening form tag. Let's save that. And I just want to see, let's add something here though. Okay, so it should be right there. Let's check it out. Okay, so form ID subscriber form, action is going to be my WordPress, content plugins, newsletter subscriber includes newsletter subscriber mailer. All right, so that's what we want. Now we're going to do, let's do the name field. Okay, so we're going to say div class, and I'm using Bootstrap classes here, just because that's just what I do. I mean, I know we're not using Bootstrap, but it's still fine. It's not going to hurt anything, and it will look good if you decide to use a Bootstrap template. All right, so we'll say label for the name. And let's do our BR here, and then we'll have our input, and this is going to have a type of text. It's going to have a name of name. Let's give it a class of form control. And we also want to make this required, so we can use the HTML5 required attribute. Okay, so that's the name. Then we'll have the email. Actually, if we're using for, we should use ID as well. Alright, and then that's going to be required too. Alright, so that's good. Now we're also going to want to send the recipient and the subject. So we're going to put those in hidden fields. Alright, so let's go right here and we'll say input type is going to be hidden. And we're going to give it a name of recipient and a value, and then we want to echo out our instance. So let's say instance instance recipient. All right, and like that. Okay, so that'll send the recipient, and then we want to do the same thing for the subject. So we'll change that to subject, and also the name. All right, so the last thing that we're going to want here is the submit button. Okay, so we'll say input type is submit. We'll give it a class, btn primary, and let's give it a name, subscriber submit, and a value of subscribe. All right, let's see if that shows up. Okay. Let's just put a line break under the button. Or another one. Okay. Now we're going to want to show the title here as well. So what we're going to do is go back up to the PHP here, and actually let's go right here, and we'll put in H3. Yeah, we'll do H3, and then we'll do PHP echo instance title. And let's see what that does. There we go. Actually, you know what we're going to want to do? We're not going to want to do that, because what I want to do is use the args before title and after title, so that it formats it the way it's supposed to. So right here, let's do, yeah, I'm going to do it up here. So we'll say echo args, and this is going to be before widget. So echo args before widget, and then we're going to want the title, but we're going to want to check and see if it's not empty. So we'll say if not empty, if not empty, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's just output it. So we need to do the args before title. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we want after title. All right, and then in here, instance title. All right, but you know what? We should check for it, make sure it's there. So if not empty, instance title, then we'll put that in there. All right, and then finally we'll do the after widget, which is going to be down here. So we want to echo args after widget. All right, let's see what that looks like. Okay, so now you can see we're getting the same font as this, and also we're getting this black line. So that comes from the args. That's making it so that the correct tags, the correct HTML tags and any other content go before and after both the title and the widget itself. All right. Now this is separate on 2 lines just because it's so long. So let's just change that to subscribe. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, so in the next video we're going to create a JavaScript with some jQuery, some Ajax, and we're going to catch the form, and then we're going to send a post request to the PHP mailer that we're going to create. Alright, so we'll get into that next.